Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show.
I'm a father of five with maniacal focus to teach the proven moves, no hocus pocus. Cause get rich quick is not a move, but the proven system will make your life improve. See, I'm more than just a rhymer, like a horse with blinders. Focused on the Thrivetime Show is where you find us. He be the Z and I be the C. Teaching business skills from A to Z. We both grew up poor, but we're
all right, Thrive Nation. If you have ever been stuck in the area of sales, struggling to generate leads, this podcast is for you. So we're titling today's podcast Sales 101. Get people's attention, generate leads with no-brainers, and call those leads until they cry, buy, or die. So step number one, get people's leads. Well, Seth Godin. Who's Seth Godin? Seth Godin, in 1998, he sold his company called Yo-Yo-Dine to Yahoo for $30 million. He became the vice president of Yahoo's direct marketing department. And he says marketing is simply a contest for people's attention. Marketing is a contest for people's attention. So step one, you got to get people's attention. Step two, you got to generate leads with no-brainers. Now, step one, and make sure you're not getting this mixed up. If you're not getting people's attention, then your marketing's not working. So if you aren't getting their attention, don't overcomplicate it, then you're not marketing effectively. So I've seen a mattress store put up a sign flipper in front of the store, is flipping the mattresses around, flipping signs, getting people's attention. That works. I've seen a company allow people to throw rolls in the restaurant to get the attention. What's that place called? Landry's, I believe.
I think you're right.
It's a restaurant where you can throw rolls. I've seen a steakhouse say if you can eat a 72-ounce steak, you get to have it for free. I've seen places, dentistries I've seen a dental practice put a train in front of their store to get your attention, the Dental Depot. I've seen restaurants, hamburger places go with a purple cow print and theme to get attention. Just get the attention. Don't overthink it. Step two, your coach will help you with this, by the way. Your coach will help you through this. Step two, you got to generate leads with no-brainers. We talked about that on a previous podcast, but you got to generate the leads. And how do you know if your deal's a good deal? If people are filling out the form. If they're not filling out the form, people aren't going to call the business up and say, hey there, Tiger, I didn't fill out the form because your deal wasn't compelling enough. Now, step three, and this is the part where I want to get into, we'll get kind of into this.
Tiger.
You have to call and text and email your leads every single day. For without sales, your business, along with your high virtue, high ethic mindset of not wanting to annoy the buyer, will go to hell and you will fail. Step four, work via appointment only. When you finally do get somebody on the phone, then you want to set an appointment and you want to follow up until they cry, buy, or die. So Dr. Z, let's start with step one, getting people's attention. For the business owner out there that says, I don't want to be unprofessional, but I also don't know how to get their attention. I've been in business for a decade. I'm not getting their attention. Help somebody navigate the mental labyrinth of dysfunction that says, I don't want to be unprofessional. I don't want to get their attention. I'm not getting their attention currently, but I don't want to be unprofessional. I don't know what to do.
You know, Kumbaya is a lovely song.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
And around the campfire back at Camp Takatoka, we used to sing Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, bada, Kumbaya.
It was a song about getting along and you know, moving forward as a team.
Together.
We all together.
Forever.
Right.
Kumbaya moments. We call them Kumbaya moments, right?
Right.
The problem is that a lot of people understand Kumbaya and they take it into the business environment.
Yeah.
Battlefield.
And they think, you know, all my competitors out there, we're just all Kumbaya.
We're all just buddies.
I mean, we're just, you know, the pie's big enough for
just
us all.
people being people.
We can all get a slice of that pie.
Right.
And it's all okay. Right?
Right.
And so anything that would rock that boat, anything that would upset my competitors,
Right.
doesn't really add to the Kumbaya moment.
Right.
And that's why when we did one of my favorite, by the way, radio shows, and if you didn't hear this, we put every radio show as a podcast, and then all the podcasts is podcasts, which is kind of weird, but that's what
It's like
it
looking
is.
into a mirror.
Podcasts are
Mirror.
podcasts. We had podcasts about the podcast that we have.
But we talked about Clay's 6 books as an entrepreneur you have to read. You have to read.
Right.
And I brought in a bonus 7th because that's my move. That's what I
does.
do.
One upper.
It's what I do. Got to
Right.
add a little value to the situation, right?
Sizzle.
And so the book that I brought in was The Art of War.
Which I love.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Art of War.
Art of War.
For thousands of years.
For thousands of years.
This has been the art.
In a world.
And by Shunzai. And it's an old Chinese war book about the 13 principles on going to war and winning. And I tell you what, the purple cow concept is so awesome. If you could drive by field after field after field, and I promise you, if you spray painted cow purple and put it out there, Pete, if you're listening, I think that's okay. It's organic purple paint.
Purple dye.
That will wash off in the rain.
It's
and
from plum
nothing
juice.
toxic about it, by the way. Wes, will you verify that for me? Thank you.
No animals
Triple
have been
stamp.
harmed.
No animals have been harmed in the making of a purple
painted
cow.
the outside of the cow, not the inside of its body.
It stands out, though.
That's your first mistake.
And so many times we're taught in life, and we have this culture now of not standing out of, hey, we all blend in. We're all,
Bro, the thing
you're not a boy, you're not a girl,
about
you're
the
a
millennial
person.
movement, bro, is that we're all different, which is why we all dress the same.
We all drink coffee, man. It's all good.
Bro,
unique
you're
and
just
ambiguous.
Would you mind if I recycled that scarf, bro?
We can all have a hair bun. It's all good, man. It's just the way it is. So
Right.
Your
don't
Spotify login.
And so we
share a
have
car.
for life. We've dummied kids down. We said, don't stand down, don't stand out, don't be
stand
this,
down,
don't be
don't
that.
stand
We
down.
just conform, right?
Conform.
And so the purple cow concept is just the opposite. You want to make yourself so crazy out there that people can't stand but look at you.
And literally,
notice
if you didn't know what to do, if you're listening right now and you own a restaurant, you don't know what to do, talk to Wes Carter to make sure you can do it. But just go with the purple cow theme, like purple cow hamburgers. People will drive by your store and be like, what the heck's with the purple cow? Purple cow print, purple cow
Actually,
sign.
Buy a cow and paint it purple and put it out in front of your store and say,
Diet
purple. We've got the best purple meat in the
Wooden
state.
cow.
A wooden
Wooden cow,
cow.
yeah.
Taxidermy a live cow and then dye its body purple.
It needs to be dead first.
Yeah, well, we'd have to kill it first. But the point is, and listen, everybody says, okay, I read Seth Rogen's book. I've listened to some of your videos. I get it. I need a purple cow, but
What is
I
a
don't
purple cow?
I don't know what to do.
Right.
And that's the fun thing about being the profession that we are, because we have people from every business come in here. We have guys that train dogs. We have attorneys. We have accountants. We have
Marinas.
people that sell cookies. I mean, you name it, we deal with the
Professional
businesses.
hockey teams.
And we sit down with them and we help them come up with their purple cows.
And then once we do that, you make an offer so sweet that it generates leads. If you missed how to do that, we have a podcast about it. Now, here is where the fun begins.
Oh, the fun.
When somebody fills out that form, any form for any business I have, you filled a form, an elephant in the room today, let me tell you what's going to happen. First off, we're going to give you a nice call, one call. We're going to send you one text.
How does that call go? You call me. I'm just serious.
Yeah.
Let's,
Okay, here we go.
Let's do that
Yeah,
for the
okay.
people.
Hey, is this Robert?
Oh yeah, this is Robert.
Robert, hey, this is Clay Clark at Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge. How's it going?
It's going great, Clay.
Hey, I saw you filled out a form. I guess you wanted to schedule your first haircut.
Yeah, I was real. I drove by and saw a sign out that was stuck in the road that said "first haircut $1." It kind of intrigued me, and I thought I'd check it out.
So you heard about us from the signs.
Yeah, I saw a sign there on the one over there in Broken Arrow.
Have you had friends come into the shop before?
No, I asked a couple of my buddies, and no one's used it out. So.
Well, here's the deal. We have an experience where everybody says, oh, my gosh, that haircut experience was awesome. But we don't want you to take our word for it. So what we do is we bring in the first haircut's just $1.
Yeah.
If for some reason you're not happy, you get the $1 back. And there's no catch. There's no upsell. And then we have a membership model. So if you like it, you can reserve your spot. We're typically booked out like every hour of every day, though. So as far as times I could get you in, I could do today at 4 or Friday at 2, but we don't take walk-ins because we are always booked out. So what
I
time
think I
works
could do
best
the
for
Friday. I can do the Friday at 2. Matter of fact, and
I'll put you down on that, and I'll text you confirmation. What store do you want to go to? Broken Arrow, South Tulsa?
The one Broken Arrow.
Okay, it's near Louis at 65th and Lynn Lane.
Yeah, I drive by there every day.
I'll text you a confirmation with an address.
Okay.
And we'll look forward to seeing you.
All right, man. Thanks for the call.
Boom, that's it.
Click.
But if you don't answer the phone, we send you a text going, hey, Robert, this is Clay with Elephant in the Room. When's a good time to reach you? And if you don't answer the text, then we send you an email. And we do it all at one time. And then we do not stop calling until we cry, buy, or die. We being the consumer.
What do you mean by that?
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
You get a hot lead. I get on your website. I fill out the form.
Get down on it.
I'm hot sauce.
I'll get down
I'm a hot
on it.
lead.
Hot lead.
Hot potato.
Hot lead.
Potato.
And now the only difference between me coming in is just getting into my schedule.
Right.
And so the work's already done. The fish is jumping into the boat. You just need to not make sure and steer the boat out of the way.
You want to make sure not to hit it with a paddle right back out into the water.
Exactly. Yeah, those carp that are infesting the rivers jumping
Clay,
in the
break
boat.
it down. This happens all the time.
Well, it's
I
just
don't want to bother them. Come on.
What happens is, and I tried to write it down articulately for you, but without sales, your business, along with your high virtues
Don't say H-E
and your
double T,
high
baby.
ethic mindset of not wanting to annoy the buyer, will go to hell.
You said H-E double hockey stick.
I'm just saying, you realize, like, it doesn't matter. I don't want to offend people. I don't want to bother them. I'm just telling you, your competition doesn't mind doing it. I can't. This past workshop, Abby, one of our coaches, said this at the workshop because I asked, I said, what's the most number of times you've called somebody who's attended this workshop? And she said, 52. And in the break, the guy comes up to me and says, you guys did call me. Like, I didn't know it was that many times.
Probably
but
52 times.
yeah. So there is no limit, man. If you fill out that form, we're going to call you like a machine gun. We're not going to stop until we reach you.
And when we work with clients and we get them over this kind of fear or whatever this thing is, this block that's stopping them from doing that,
Blockage.
almost every time they realize that the client goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I totally wanted to hear from you guys. I just didn't recognize your number. I didn't know who you were.
People do not respond to voicemails anymore. If people don't recognize the number, they don't answer the phone.
And you can't just do one of the three.
You got
have
to do all
them
three.
All.
The
Gotta wolf 'em.
trifecta.
The wolf.
The woof.
The wolf.
The call, the text, the email, the fax, the
page.
Facebook. Just send them everything.
Yes, you have to.
Now, Thrive Nation, on our next podcast, we're going to be talking about Small Business Finance 101, and refusing to look at your numbers will not help you. Small Business Finance 101, refusing to look at your numbers will not help you. We're going to have Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine hop on this show with us. I'm excited. Now, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom!